That's what's up. Think we live. Trying to do this new microphone thing here. MCU fans, we got to get into Daredevil episode 7, The Hateful. Somebody pulled up next to me. We got to get into episode 7 of Daredevil Born Again, season 2. Um, just want to give up some quick thoughts here. And I want to start with the short that I made about the viewership being down. It's not a surprise, and this is even for Disney Plus standards because I believe Disney Plus subscriptions are down. So it's pretty hard for a Disney Plus show to really chart. I can't think of many shows that they've had that have charted very well, like on the Nielsen charts. So that's not a surprise that viewership is down even for a Marvel show. That's disappointing probably from their standpoint, but they kind of did this to themselves. Now, with that being said, I will say that um season 2 of Daredevil Born Again is probably the best TV that Marvel has done, period. It is up there with Loki and WandaVision for conversation, in my opinion. It is better than, in my opinion, it's better than the Netflix version. This season is better than the Netflix version of Marvel TV, and I'll kind of go into why I believe that. And it's better than everything. It's better than anything Marvel TV did prior to Marvel Studios coming in to get it, except for Agents of Shield. And just because Agents of Shield is, you can't top Agents of Shield, but Marvel, Marvel as a whole, especially like their streaming stuff since they've been on Disney Plus, definitely top tier of that. The reason why is because the writing, it's walking in its purpose, if that makes any sense. Like the writing of the show is translating, the characters of the show are everything is translating to what it's supposed to be, and I think we're ultimately getting what we've always wanted between having Marvel TV and Marvel Studios, which to this point we really have not gotten like we wanted. And I'm hoping this pays off in Spider-Man Brand New Day, because this episode, let's get into this episode. Let's see, let's where to start. Um Man, where to start? There's so much to go through. Okay, let's just start with Matt. Matt, losing Karen and then, coming up with the idea that it made it pay off the fact that he saved Fisk's life in season 1, and Fisk made him a hero even though he knew he was Daredevil, and how that whole thing, that was a great payoff to say, I'm going to use this collateral to now save Karen and turn it back on Fisk when he's the one that made me essentially what I am. The time of day is terrible, y'all, with the sunlight. Um, him making that sacrifice and doing that um was a great payoff from the original, season 1 thing that they set up. Now, excuse me, him bursting into the courtroom and doing the questioning, this was what they wanted. This was ultimately, a lawyer procedural show, and then they just have to figure out how to, and what they've done. And I give this all to, I think his name Dario Scartapan. I give this to him because what he's done is he's figured out a way to tell a compelling superhero drama show, and then it has the lawyer procedural elements in it. And that was not easy to do, clearly, as season 1, and then they had to reshoot and rescrap and everything. It's not easy to make a lawyer procedure show, via vis-a-vis She-Hulk, and that was even harder because it was a comedy. So they've done a great job with that. Now, I'll say this: Karen Page, Karen Page. I like her so much better since she's been in Born Again. Um, I I liked her in the Netflix shows. Don't get me wrong. I liked her in the Netflix shows, but like I said, the writing in the Netflix shows was one beat. It's like even with Mahoney, I'm glad to see him come back this season. Mahoney comes back up with his one beat. The Punisher or Daredevil would do something, and here he comes with the one beat preaching, "Oh, you can't do that." You blah, blah, blah. And that's who his character was. But he was like that every single scene. Karen Page, every single scene was like that. And then she had a story arc in the first Netflix show, but she was like that. Foggy, Matt, I don't want you to put on a suit. Matt, why are you putting on the suit? Matt, I don't want you to be there. It was like one beat. This season has given everybody multiple beats, multiple facets. They feel way more realistic as a person, more fleshed out, filled out. No one person is ever going to be just one thing all the time, every time you see them. So I love how Karen Page, when she was in the cell talking to Fisk and she taunted him, I think that has given the fact that they've used the Netflix as canon has enriched this show so much more because you get the history and the weight of all things in the past of her killing Wesley and all this other stuff. But then it's like now they're writing the characters more dynamically. So it makes Karen much more of an interesting character. She's able to tell Fisk that I see the fear in you. You're scared, and piss him off to the point where he wants to choke her out. It- Bravo, bravo. And then the fact that she has the scene with Heather and Heather smacking her up because she basically saying, "I got your man, I got your man." Bravo. Like Karen Page this season, man. All right, now let's get into Buck, BB, and R.I.P. Daniel. I'm still not. I'll say this with a caveat. I'm still not 100% convinced Daniel's dead and Buck actually killed him. I can always see them bringing Daniel back and saying Buck spared his life. Yes, he pulled the trigger. They did not show Daniel get shot. They showed it from a distance. He could have moved. He could have shot next to him as a warning to saying, "Hey, I could have killed you. Get out of here." Just like Daniel told Bibi, "Get out of here," but he gave her his phone and said, "Make it count." Have been upset about the side characters getting so much screen time. And I think they're wrong. I disagree. I think that they've done so much more of a better job of developing these side characters to make their story play into a bigger part. This is like a pyramid. Like and ultimately the whole series with all of these different moving parts are going to move into an even bigger pyramid when they cross over with the films. So that way when I only see Daredevil and Spider-Man Brand New Day, I'm getting all the history of everything that happened in his show and how that adds to the equation of what's going on in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and it enriches the experience that much more. Hence, Sheila Rivera giving Spider-Man the key to the city. Something as small as that carries so much more weight, and has even got us wondering how the hell do we get to this point? So, R.I.P. Daniel. I don't think he's dead though, but I love how he played it. I love the fact that they showed him have a conscience and just say, I can't, this is not who I am. This is not who I want to be. You know, I've done things. He did the whole speech to BB. And just hats off, man. Hats off for how they handled that. I love what they're doing with Buck. You can't kill these characters. You gotta stop killing these characters. I know you need it for the drama and stuff, but they can't kill Buck. Like he's got to, and he's already confirmed returning for season 3. But we got to see his whole thing play out. And like I said, I'm fine if they did 3 seasons of Daredevil on Netflix. Let's do 3 seasons of Born Again. Let's take a break and let's come back with a different saga for another Daredevil, 3 seasons of something. And then from there you can kind of change characters how you want and whatnot. But let some time pass, do some other shows in between, and bring them back. Now, I think I see where this is going as far as I forgot one more thing. Jessica Jones. Jessica Jones. I don't like how they're writing her character now. I don't like what they're doing with their arc. You can tell that it's a backdoor, what they would call a backdoor pilot kind of thing, where they've shoot in her character. They know that she's gonna have her own show, her own thing, so they got her on the fence. So it's like instead of just making her come back for the one cameo, they wanted to use her for multiple seasons and everything to try to do everything they could to sell the show. And she really, after her first appearance, doesn't have a point. There's no point in her being like she's just going back and forth. Are you here to help? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll help. Maybe I won't help. It's just kind of one of those things, and very, in her own way, how she does it. But her and Luke, yes, we are intrigued. They could have did that in one scene and then kind of kept it moving. And she is going to come back in this final episode to help. So that's probably where the payoff is going to come. But I kind of feel like they're kind of wasting her appearances here. Now, all that said, Matt, where does this go? Because of the leaks, spoiler warning, we know that he's going to end up losing. Somehow he's going to end up in jail. Maybe it's to save Karen, and he tries to switch, but he's gonna get locked up, and we know that from the set pictures, him in the orange jumpsuit. How that plays in the brand new day, Spider-Man Brand New Day, I don't know because it seems like it would be redundant to have him locked up, get him out to fight ninjas, but then lock him back up so that you start season three. I'm not sure on that aspect how they play this out, but we'll see. We'll see. So I'm trying to think if I forgot something about that episode because it was a lot to unpack, but it was so good. I don't. I personally, I'm not. A lot of people, it might just be fatigue. Maybe it's just like they don't like the character. Maybe they don't like the balance of the intricacies of what the character is. Yes, he was popular on Netflix, but did it ever chart while it was on Netflix? And to be fair, it was a binge show because all episodes dropped at once. So it is what it is, but I'll say two things. It's twofold. They've put so much time, effort, and money into Daredevil for it not to be successful. It's kind of like karma in a sense because they have not done this with other shows starring minority characters, have not gotten the same treatment. I'll say it that way. They have not gotten the same treatment. And that part I peep what Marvel's doing. I do recognize that, and that does not but they do it all in silence. It's like you don't really even notice it. They're trying to satisfy a certain demographic wanted them to kind of return to what they're doing, but now it's like they're not getting the views at the same time. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that's what's at play here, but I do have to acknowledge the fact that they didn't put the same time, effort, and money into Ironheart, into a lot of I'd almost say because like I but it wasn't a lot into to like Miss Marvel, Ironheart. Um, I mean, Secret Invasion is just such a problem for me. Oh, I wish they could just like scrap that, like just take it off Disney Plus and just redo it and just like or like tweak it or something. Anyways, I'm not gonna go into a tangent. That's my time, y'all, man. Like, let me know down in the comment section. Are you watching Daredevil Born Again season 2? Are you enjoying it? What are your problems with it? If you're not watching it, are you gonna wait for it all to drop and then watch it? If I don't know, you missing out. If you are missing out on good television. I feel like they finally hit their stride. Everything from here going forward is going to be good. So, and I think they're gonna right their wrongs with everything. I think we're gonna be good. So Let me know. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.